If you're in the podcasting space, there's a good chance you've seen the debates, you've heard the hype, but the question is, what is the best microphone for recording a podcast? In today's video, we're going to be testing 4 different microphones, 2 dynamic microphones and 2 condenser microphones, to see if we can help you find out what is the best microphone for your voice and your setup. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Podcast Pro Tips. I'm Quinn with the Podcast Consultant, and today we're going to be doing a microphone shootout. Truth be told, this is one of the most important decisions you could be making as a podcaster. The quality of your sound and the character of your show often comes down to what microphone you choose to record with. Be sure to stick around until the end of this video, as I'll be recording the same line over and over on each microphone so you can hear the exact differences between them. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Podcast Pro Tips. And without further delay, let's dive in. We're going to be comparing 4 different microphones today. 2 of these will be dynamic microphones, the legendary Shure SM7B, and also a more budget-friendly option, the Shure SM58. On top of this, we'll be contrasting that with the sound quality and character of 2 condenser microphones. The budget option in today's shootout will be the LCT240P Pro, a very popular microphone that continues to gain traction today. And the more premium condenser microphone that we'll be using in today's video is the Mojave MA-50. First things first, here's what you need to know about the difference between a dynamic microphone and a condenser microphone. The best way to think about it is that a condenser microphone is way more sensitive than a dynamic microphone. If you disagree, light up the comments, we'll find out. Condenser microphones tend to pick up more detail, nuance, and subtleties in the voice, almost as if they were catching the signal with a wider net. The downside is that they're likely to pick up all kinds of things you don't want in your recording, like maybe your neighbor's cat. Are condenser microphones great for recording studio vocals? Absolutely. Are they good for podcasting in a home office or an untreated room? Not really. Dynamic microphones, on the other hand, like the one I'm using here, are less sensitive. They can isolate your voice better naturally and reject some of the background noise. That makes them perfect for recording podcasts, even in untreated rooms. As you look around, the only thing I really have on my walls are some vinyl and some posters, but that's about it. Not that we would recommend doing that, because I do know how to process my vocals, but you get the idea. As I discuss each of these microphones going forward, I'm going to switch to that microphone so you get a good idea of what it sounds like to listen to someone speaking on it. Alright, first up is the budget-friendly, legendary Shure SM58. This guy. It was originally designed to be used in a live performance setting for vocals. I have literally played shows at bars where the capsules on these things, this metal grate, looks like it's been smashed in and it still works. While it is best known as a live vocal microphone, it has all kinds of uses and can commonly be found in podcasting situations or even miking guitar amps and drums. It is known for being virtually indestructible, but does offer a great quality of sound, and it doesn't require phantom power. That's the little 48-volt button that tends to be on most interfaces and mixing consoles. Because it's a dynamic microphone, the proximity to the microphone can dramatically change the sound quality. If you're just starting out and you want a very affordable, no-frills microphone that will do the job and give you a great quality of sound, the Shure SM58 is a safe place for you to start. Next up in our shootout is the iconic Shure SM7B. This beast right here. Clocking in at around $400, this microphone shows up time and time again in music production and in podcasting. If you've watched any type of video podcast, there's a good chance you have seen this exact microphone being used in a podcast setting. A fun fact about this microphone is that its predecessor, the SM7, was actually used to record Michael Jackson's vocals on the Thriller album. I know, pretty crazy. While the SM7B and the SM7 wouldn't be apples to apples, it is interesting to see the lineage that this microphone has had. This microphone has a warm, smooth tone to it. It also comes with a shock mount and a built-in pop filter. It handles background noise exceptionally well, and to this day remains a broadcast standard for microphones. That said, one of its shortcomings is that the output gain, or shall we say the strength of the signal that comes out of the microphone, is very, very quiet. This is great because it can handle a lot of signal going in, but you're going to want to pair this microphone with something that's going to give you a little extra juice, like a cloud lifter. It's also bulkier than most mics. As you noticed, I didn't use the little microphone stand that was holding up the 58. This thing does weigh a ton. But if you do want that iconic sound, The SM7B is there for a reason. Shure has also tried to make this sound more accessible by offering budget options in a similar style. A microphone that we recommend that would give you a similar sound but for a fraction of the cost would be the Shure MV7. You can find a link to this microphone and blog pieces talking about the A's and B's of a bunch of different podcast microphones at our blog in the links below. Okay, so we've talked about dynamic microphones, but now we're going to switch it up and talk about condenser microphones. The first condenser we're going to talk about is this guy. This is the Lewitt LCT240 Pro. This would be a great budget option for people who want to get into recording studio vocals, doing voice acting, that type of thing. As mentioned on the outset, condenser microphones are way more sensitive than dynamic microphones. For example, I use the exact same signal chain to process all of these 4 different microphone tracks, but I had to use more tools to clean up the room reflections and other things that came with using this condenser. This little guy clocks in at around $160-ish, and man, it can pack a punch. I've seen this microphone in particular popping up a lot lately. It's designed to deliver a high-quality, transparent sound, which is ideal for voice recording, acoustic instruments, that type of thing. What's great about this microphone is that it offers a pretty substantial sound for how affordable it is. It's light, intuitive, and handles vocal nuance very well. Being a condenser microphone, it will require phantom power, and on top of that, it can pick up a lot of room noise, reflections, and all types of things that would make it not the greatest fit for recording podcasts. That said, if you're recording in a controlled space and have a tight budget, the Lewitt LCT240 Pro would be a great place for you to start. And last but not least, to round everything out, here is a $500 condenser microphone. This is the Mojave MA-50. This is a premium condenser microphone tailored for vocal recording and voiceover work. It has a great frequency response and a very sensitive diaphragm. That means you're going to pick up all of these subtle, lush characteristics of your voice. On top of that, you could even use this microphone to go out into the woods and record forest ambience and other types of things.
That's pretty neat.
A fun fact about Mojave Audio is that its founder, David Royer, is one of the pioneers behind ribbon mic technology. When it comes to microphones, there are tons of types. You can get dynamic microphones, condenser microphones, but another category entirely are ribbon microphones. But I digress. The MA-50 delivers a rich studio quality sound and has better off-axis rejection than other condenser microphones. For professionals recording in a treated room, this would be a great tool to have in your arsenal. It's a great choice for cinematic narration or studio vocals.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. He arrives precisely when he means to.
That said, it is sensitive to room noise, requires phantom power like any condenser, but is a bit more of an investment. This is me recording one line on a microphone. I'm going to record the exact same line across 4 different microphones. This will show you the difference of each microphone that I'm using to record. This is me recording one line on a microphone. I'm going to record the exact same line across 4 different microphones. This will show you the difference of each microphone that I'm using to record with. This is me recording one line on a microphone. I'm going to record the exact same line across 4 different microphones. This will show you the difference of each microphone that I'm using to record. This is me recording one line on a microphone. I'm going to record the exact same line across 4 different microphones. This will show you the difference of each microphone that I'm using to record with. So, at the beginning of this video, we asked, what is the best podcast microphone? As you could probably guess, there is no real right or wrong here. Professionally speaking, we would always recommend using a dynamic microphone, like the Shure SM58, the SM7B, or even the MV7. There are tons of other options, but dynamic microphones will be more forgiving, especially if the chances of you recording in an untreated room or not in a studio would be quite high. Most podcasters just set up in their office and hit record, so better to play it safe than sorry. But if you do plan on using it as part of a toolkit for maybe doing some voice acting or narration or other things, then treating a room or even finding a studio and pairing that with a condenser mic would make a lot of sense. That said, we've put a lot of thought into this, so you don't have to. If you're unsure how to go about setting up your podcast studio, or would like a second opinion on how to better improve the quality of your recordings, you can always book a free discovery call with us here at the Podcast Consultant in the link below. Do you record a podcast at home? What microphone do you use? What have you found works quite well for your setup or your voice? Let us know in the comments. Just want to say thanks for watching. Hope you learned a thing or two about microphones. And from all of us here at the Podcast Consultant, wishing you the best and happy recording.